Thank you. I just lost everybody. I got to reconnect. I just lost everybody. Ay, 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 ay. All right. I am back. YouTube dropped me for whatever reason because the stream health was bad. Sorry about that. If anybody gets back on, I would appreciate it. I still have another hour or so to go. So hopefully you guys will find me again. I'm back live. Let's see. Put the sound on. I didn't even have the sound on. That's so silly. Anyway, we'll see if we pick up anybody. I don't show anybody yet, but there is latency on this. Hello. I know YouTube lost me. Well, actually, YouTube shut me off. Audio, video, good. I apologize. YouTube, everybody was on their tablets and phones here, and I have very limited bandwidth, and they didn't realize I was live. And so, back. Hello, Mike. Hey, Dan. We'll try to see if we can get some people back. Maybe they could find me. So, it gave me a chance to get some coffee. I was starting to explain that I had problems with PLDT. And PLDT, I paid for 600 megabytes of speed up and down, and I'm getting 150 to 200. And it wasn't enough for lives. And that's the same problem I'm still having. And so when I talked to them several times, it turns out they were supposed to change the modem. They didn't suggest I change the modem. They didn't offer to change the modem. It wasn't until after 3 months of me complaining to them, they go, oh, let's have a technician come over and find out what's wrong. And the technician goes, well, you're paying for 600, but your modem won't even put out is a maximum 300, and they don't work at maximum efficiency. So they changed the modem. Okay, great. Then the next problem was they said, well, okay, so I'm just so that you know, anybody that comes on, I missed the last half a dozen comments. Rent a bike in late November by early December. Yeah, I'll be here. Not a problem, Mike. You'll be back. Good to see you. So this gave me a chance to get some coffee, which is good. Need coffee. So let's get a few more people back on here and see if we can, if they'll figure it out. So I was talking about the problem with PLDT is they don't always think like a chess game. Like if they increase my speed and charge me twice as much for the increased speed, they should know to tell me that I should change my modem or that they should have the modem changed. But they don't do that. It's not an automatic thing for them. You should try. I have some really nice bikes for sale, Mike. So check with me because I have 2025 bikes that I buy at a discount, and I put on a top box, a metal top, NIWRA, a metal top box, which has got padded and pockets on the inside. I put on custom seats. I buy them at a discount. I put on the phone holder, and you still get the same 3-year warranty and registration. And I sell them for less money than if you'll pay new. They may have 1,000 or 2,000 kilometers on them, but they're basically brand new. There's no damage on them, so you might want to check with me. What time is it there? It's 9:08 a.m. right now, PDX. 9:08. So obviously it's and it's 6:08 for you. Are you in? Let's see, 3 hours. Are you in Pacific time or Central? I think you may either be Pacific or Central time. West, or is that Mountain time? You might be Mountain time. The Golden One, long time no see. Hello, sorry. Uh, I was talking about the problems I'm having with PLDT. I will have eventually higher speed. We got another modem which will handle higher speeds, and then I also have a cable I ran over the last couple weeks, a LAN cable, a 6E LAN cable, and I'm waiting for the conversion from an RG45 to a USB-C port, which I have installed into my computer to handle high speeds. I will have a gigabyte in about another week, and we won't have these problems anymore. Hey, James, I'm glad to be back on the air. I'm going to try and do this either every Thursday or every Friday. Right now, it's my Friday. Or is it my Saturday? I'm sorry, it's my Saturday, so I may either do it Thursday, Friday, or say I haven't decided, but you just have to, I'll put a post out there. I haven't decided, but I'm stopped on Wednesdays to give leeway to Mike, Philippines Adventure. Mike gave up Wednesdays because Paul was on with me. I didn't realize he had given up Wednesday mornings, so I let him do his Wednesday mornings because he wants to go back to doing his Wednesday lives, and Mike's a good friend. And so I decided to go ahead and do it on another day. I was thinking of Thursday, but I was just too tired Thursday to get up early enough for that. And so I was going to do a Wednesday before he even got up, and I said, I'm too tired for that too. So I decided, and I figured people watch me, they're not going to want to watch him, though he has a lot more viewers, 10, 12 times. But I just figured, okay, I'll just do it a different day, and I haven't figured out what day yet, but I'll stick to it. It might be my Friday, which would be your Thursday. My Friday morning is your Thursday evening in the States. Yes, I do have ADVs for sale, Mike. I get them they just don't last. People like to buy the bikes. I actually do more business in buying and selling bikes than I do in renting. I can't keep bikes here. I bought 4 bikes this month, and I already have 2 bikes people want to buy. They rent them. They love them. They go, I want to buy it. I said, okay. I said, just rent it for a while. I'll apply your rent. Make sure you want it. And so they end up. One guy said he's done. He's on a PCX, red PCX, and I had a custom seat made for it. But usually, it's best to get a bike for me after the first 1,000 or 1,500 kilometers because I go through all the problems. So you have to have a oil and gear oil change in 500 kilometers, and you have to do it again at 1,500. Then after that, using synthetic oil, you don't have to do anything for 5,000 kilometers. So you got a bike. And if there's problems with it, it's usually there'll be little problems, either brake problems or I've never had a major, but you sometimes have a little. But I also changed the CRT? No. CDR? CBR? Oh, my mind just blanked. But I changed the transmission. And I give them different bearings. They don't use ball bearings in the transmission. They use what would be the best way to just metal rollers without bearings in it to control the torque, the speed of the bike. And I change those to ball bearings, bronze ones, and I buy a whole different clutch assembly. It's an automatic, but it's still. So I changed the CRT, and I put in actual bronze, so it runs smoother, and at the same time they actually are bearings, so it runs quieter, smoother, and faster because they use what they call 19 gram, and I put in 16 gram, which gives you more torque on the low end, and the bike handles much better. I also add loud horns to them because with the loud horn, and it's for my concern as well as yours, with a loud horn, if someone starts moving in your lane, you blow that thing, it sounds like a truck. And they'll get the hell out of you because I don't want my friends or renters being hurt. I don't want my bikes. Secondly, I don't want my bikes to be damaged. Okay, and then you're going to have to pay for it. So I found that a horn, and here they don't have rules on horns. They use their horns a lot. So I find that by using a loud horn, I'm not only protecting my riders, but I'm also protecting my bikes, my investment. And they're loud. The horn you get from Honda is kind of, compared to a car, it's like squeezing a horn on a bicycle. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, it doesn't really work. But once I put in the loud horns, there's actually dual loud horns. It sounds like a truck. And when you press your horn button, same as before, it's a much more powerful, louder 110, 125 dB horns, two of them. And these vehicles, I don't care who they are, they get the hell out of your way. They think a locomotive is next to them, so it works very well. Let's see. So I do get ADVs. I have one right now, but I would wait till I get a newer one. And I never know when they come in and what color they're going to be. Wrecking ball to the White House, 55,000 square foot White House, 90,000 ballroom. Nuts. I don't know what that means. But I thank you for being a member, a paid member. Let's see. Don't forget to hit the likes again, guys. Awesome. I've seen videos about the trans upgrades. Yeah. It's driving me nuts now. I think it's CRT. I can't remember the name of it, but there's a trans, and I think they have 3 letters for it. I can't remember. My mind's blank. There's so many freaking things in my head right now. I can't. Yeah, you could change it, and you can get better bearings and aftermarket products that work much better than Honda's. You also could change the belt and get a more silent belt. Back on, yes, I am. Will this be your new night in the U.S. instead of Tuesday nights? I haven't decided that. I might just go ahead and do. This is Friday, but this is my Friday mornings. I was thinking either Thursday morning or Friday morning, but I haven't decided. I'll try it today, and I'll just go on once a week. Probably do Fridays. JJ says, "Hi, Goldfinger. Good to see you. Walking does a lot of good for the body. Walking does a lot of good for the body. Yes, it does. I do walking at the mall, and that's why I haven't done a lot of my lives, because I like walking at 9 a.m. before anybody gets there. They open at 9, so you can go to the market, and they're not open for the rest of the stores, and so it's not real crowded. And I can get a lot of walking without having to have people get the hell in my way. I mean, they get a lot of people there by 1 or 2 o'clock. And if you want to do any shopping, you want to get there at 9, trust me, because the Robinson's market gets pretty busy. So, but not at 9 a.m. And there's parking. There's lots of parking, too, so I can park my bike away from everybody. CTV, thank you. Oh, CVT? CVT or CT? It's CVT. CVT. I know it's not a CTV. That's a closed caption TV. all these acronyms. Seriously, my mind is so stuffed with all this stuff with peptides and motorbikes, and now I'm learning tablets. It's just mind-boggling, guys. I'm having trouble remembering everything. I had to learn a lot about tablets, by the way, and laptops, and this whole studio, for that matter. I didn't know anything. I had never owned a laptop. I owned only a cell phone. I did everything on my cell phone, my smartphone, and then I couldn't. I wanted to do a studio, and that took a laptop. And I learned a lot about laptops, video cards. They don't work like a cell phone at all, even when you use Google or Firefox or any of the other search engines. YouTube had to be learned. There's no instructions on how to use well, there's YouTube instructions on how to use YouTube, but YouTube themselves don't really give you instructions on how to go live or do other things like that, or record, or how to upload. And then I didn't want to use StreamYard. StreamYard was very expensive for 2 cameras, and I had a 2-camera setup. I wanted to do a Joe Rogan thing with 2 cameras. I had to learn about cameras. I had to learn about video. I had to learn about lighting. There was a lot of sound. Sound was a big problem the first 3 or 4 months. I finally figured that out, but it took several different tries. Cameras was a big problem too. You buy good cameras from Amazon, and they don't work that great. I found cell phones to have better cameras and cheaper than buying actual just cameras. You just you don't put in a SIM card, and you don't use any of the other things, but you just use the camera, and they have like 200 megapixel cameras. Even 50 megapixels is better than what you could buy on Amazon, and it's cheaper. Constant velocity transmission. Well, thank you. I never knew what that meant. So yeah, I change those. I change the transmissions over on the bigger bikes, not on the clicks, but on the bigger bikes, I'll change the transmissions over. You mentioned hiring a person to stand in line to pay bills like cable. Uh, how do you find someone, and how much do you pay? I actually don't remember mentioning hiring a person to stand. I have I have a person that pays my bills. She's my housekeeper. She's here 6 days a week. If I really don't want to deal with something, it's not complicated, just to pay a bill, I'll send her off on one of my bikes. She can ride, and I'll give her the bill and the money. So, indirectly, yes, I've hired her, but she's on a day salary, and I don't feel like waiting an hour to pay a bill. It's a pain in the butt. I just don't do it. But when it comes to PLDT, I have to go myself because there's technical questions, and they want to talk to the person that's on the contract. But when you just pay electric bill, a water bill, a sewer bill, or a PLDT bill, sometimes it takes a long time, and you can't do it all in one place. It's stupid. You cannot do all your bills in one place. There's different places for different bills. You can do 2 or 3 at one place, but you can't do all of them. Online, you could do them if you have Gcash. I've tried BDO, paying bills on BDO, and they don't seem to work. I don't know why. They keep pushing it for BDO online bill paying. I've tried paying my water bill, it won't work. I tried paying my electric bill, it won't fly. I don't know what the problem is. Good tell you. I put in the account numbers, I put in the name, I put in everything, and then it goes, it didn't pay, and I don't know why. And sometimes it didn't pay and it paid. As far as PLDT for Wi-Fi at the house, I usually just pay 2 or 3 months in advance. I always pay in advance, and the reason being is if you forget to pay, and it's 2 or 3 days down the line, you haven't paid your PLDT bill, they cut off your service. Now you have no service, and they have a reconnection fee, and it could take a week to reconnect, not just a day. You pay your bill, 3 days later, you're wondering, why don't I have Wi-Fi? Well, guess what? It takes more than 3 days. It's crazy. So I always pay. I have high speed Wi-Fi. I pay 2,960 pesos. I give them 3,000, and I think they probably have 9,000 on credit online. I could check it, but I just don't want to. I don't want to run there on the 15th when it's due, or the 16th. I may forget, and I get busy. So it's just best to pay at least 1 month in advance. Need that coffee, guys. Sorry. Durham Max. I'm not sure. Last Christmas, I bought 3 10-pound spiral cut hams from the USA when I came to visit. I did see that one, actually. Yeah, that'd be great. Of course, you got to bring the hams over here, and it's 20 hours. I don't know if you chilled them. But you can buy hams here, but they're pressed hams. They're not ham on the bone type of thing. Had no problems with Manila Airport. That's good. Dave says, hi, Goldfinger. Does your latest ebook cover how to contact you to acquire peptides? Good question. Actually, it does not. It does have my email address. It does have my Facebook, and you can message me and request to be a friend for Messenger, or you can email me. But I did not put that in the ebook. The ebook's purpose was for people to prepare to come to the Philippines, and also after the first 3 to 6 months when they're here. So it's 3 to 6 months before you leave, whatever country you're from, and 3 to 6 months out while you're here. It isn't for, and since you may need a scooter, it does mention scooters, and it gives another company too, a couple companies, but peptides isn't something you need to come here for. So I would not include peptides in there because that would just be a sales gimmick. But I do sell it, and you can reach me and reach out to me and either email me. Of course, if you got the ebook, you already have the email address. In there is my phone number, so you have my local Philippine phone number in there, and my Facebook, and you can Facebook me. You can Facebook me now from anywhere, and I'll friend request. I do not accept, typically will not accept female requests on Facebook. for respect to Carolyn, my wife. But I do almost always accept private individuals, male, that has some information. Okay, if they have no picture, no workplace, no address, and nothing in their Facebook, and their name is strange or something, I won't accept them because there's a lot of trolls that try to get in under my get inside the door. They put their foot in the door. This is ways to get in to aggravate you or send you something, and so I'll end up just wasting my time and blocking them. So you have to have a real Facebook account, not because the other ones look fake. So mostly male. There was a couple that said, "Hey," they sent me a personal message and said, "Hey, I'm an older woman. I'm not looking to hit up on you, and I just needed the information." And blah blah blah. I'll send ebooks to anybody, but I don't always accept Messenger from everybody. Messenger on Facebook, I don't accept females. Most of them are young. Most of them want to date or hit me up or send me nude pictures or something stupid for money. I'm not interested. So that kind of covers that. Okay. It's Friday night in the USA. Okay. Hit some studio sound effects. I have so many studio sound effects. I had to make a chart, and I'm not sure what I do with my chart. I have so many charts here. I have charts for everything. Now, I'm not sure, honestly, what I did with my chart. Holy shit. Here it is. So I had to create a chart, and I got to put on my headphones. But I started, Pixby has many sound effects. So my chart here, and I'll show you, I had to do colors and then what they are, okay? And so what the sounds are. Some of them are sound effects, changing my voice, and some of them are music. So, and I had to have the buttons. You could change the color, so I had to change the color of the buttons to match my colored chart. So here is background music I used to play. Oh, I see the blue. The green comes up with the green screen. You can't see the green. I see that now. So there's your opening, and then you could add something like. You can fade it out, okay, and then you can let's see. We have a scratch like a record. We have crickets. Where is crickets? We have chimes. There's your chimes. You got sad. Somebody gives me sad. I'd hit some of these if you guys would send me some money for the kids. Okay. It has unlimited amount of sounds, okay? They also have voice disguises. Now, I'm going to skip I'm going to give you some of the, here's a quacking duck. Here's the girls.
That's my Goldfinger.
Here's another set of girls. Oh, I took that one off. Oh, I have to change my sign. Okay, let's go back. So they have voice, changing your voice. So voice
disguise. So here's my voice disguise. So it changes that.
Here's Mickey Mouse. So I'm just talking normally, and it changes my pitch. Hello, everybody.
You have the megaphone. Well, hello there. How are you guys? Glad to have you on and love my subs. You have Monster.
This is the monster voice. And no matter what you say, it sounds like a big monster.
You have Robot.
This is the big robot voice. You have to be close. It only picks up if you're close to the microphone. Hello.
Then they have Small Robot.
This is the little robot. So this would be like an R2D2.
Then you have censor to cut out voices. If somebody's saying something, I could cut it out. But here, it beeps over. So that hurts my ears, honestly. And then you have ducking is to remove the sound. So here I'm talking, but I don't think you're going to be able to hear me. All right. So we don't want to leave ducking on for too long. That's the ones I have so far. Now, Pixby is a program, an app, and they have unlimited sound effects, music, videos, all kinds of stuff for free. And then there's paid for places. So it's on my list to go through Pixby and pick out a few more sound effects. Maybe a pig, a pig snorting. You could get farts. You could be a child on this. There are no limit to how many sound effects you could have in the Procaster 2. It's a pretty, I can't show you a picture of it, not easily. But the Procaster 2 is a soundboard. It's a sound synthesizer. It does a lot of things. I can raise my voice. I can do a lot of things with it. A lot of things I'm not using with it. I could also improve my voice. I can change my voice, but everything's sound. So all my sound goes to the Rode Procaster 2. It took me a long time to figure out this is what I needed to get professional sound, and I haven't used all the different effects that are available. There's a lot. So, anyway, that's and I'm getting another camera, by the way. There's going to be another phone which I use for cameras. I use the Techno. I have Techno 30s and now have Techno 40s. So I'm going to get a Techno 40 camera up above, looking down, so you can see the whole studio. So when I have two guests here or one, I can switch cameras, and now I have something called a Stream Deck. I need to do a video on this studio. It's gotten complicated. The Stream Deck is a device for video. So I have the Rode Procaster 2, which is specific for sound. A Stream Deck handles changing videos. So I can zoom in on my guest and just have him talking, and then zoom back to me when I'm talking, and it could do it automatically. I can do a split where we're side by side, or just me, or just him. I could pause when I'm recording, and you'll never know that I pause because I use OBS. So OBS will pause recording, and then since it's 60 frames per second, you won't even know that I paused. Like if I wanted to go, if I'm recording and somebody is at the gate and I need to answer it, I could pause it, and then I could come back a few minutes later and start again with whatever I was working on. Or even if two guests, let's say the guest needs to use the bathroom, I could pause it. There's a lot of things you could do. There's other things you could do too with OBS that you can't typically do with StreamYard. So I didn't use StreamYard. Everybody mostly uses StreamYards, but this is a little more complicated. And since I had a studio, I was able to. But I'm going to show you some things. Let's see if I can split scene. I don't know if I don't know. I'm going to show you some things here. Here's some things you could do. So I can, as right now you have, I could disappear. Okay. I could reappear. I could put on something where if I wanted to go use, or say a restroom where I need to go someplace, so I can disappear and say, hey guys, I'm going to go use the CR. I take my picture down, and then I could come over here and say, right here, be right back. Okay. I can say anything I want, actually. So I want to put me back on, and as you see, there's Goldfinger up there. Well, that's a Goldfinger heading. I could take that off. I could change it to whatever I want. When Paul comes on, I have one for the Paul and Goldfinger show, as you see. Oh, I'm missing a space between N and Gold. I got to fix that. I also can make another guest one. When I have two people on, I put it on a bar. Right now, I'm on top of the bar, but I can actually move myself even while you're watching. This is all done with OBS, and I had to learn all this stuff. It was crazy. But I can move, well, let's see. I can move myself over. Well, usually I go on the right side. Okay, and I'll go to here, move it down, and then my guest camera would be over here. Now, currently my guest camera is not on, so I can't show you the other side. But when I'm doing a single one, of course, I use that bar to show my center. And I take away the bar. Let's take away the bar. Oops, let's lock me in. And then I'm going to show you the vertical bar, remove that. And then we're going to put my Goldfinger, the Goldfinger minute. I have one for guests, so I changed the guest's name. I still have something from house expenses, which I saved up here because I'm just going to change them. So I have house expenses here, which if I got out of the way, this was house expenses video I did. So I still have that. And this was back in June. So I'm going to do an upgrade on that one, okay? And there's another one that shows a further breakdown. But here's what I spend for monthly housing expenses, if you're curious. It hasn't changed much since June, to be honest with you. I did increase probably my internet. Oh, no, that's right. That's the higher speed internet, okay? I have a housekeeper. My house payment is $35,000. If you're curious, that's $600. Here's it in USD, $640 a month. That hasn't changed. It won't change for 15 years. There's a good one. So we'll say yay to that. I locked in 15 years. My electricity typically is $8,000. It's $145. It kind of goes up or down depending on the how cool or hot it is. Water bill I need to work on. I have a water leak somewhere, so we need to find that. I spent a lot of money on the house to fix it up, even though I only rent it because I knew I'd be here for a while. There's upkeep and repairs, so I hire some guys for something. I am going to have to work on the water because this is way high, 1,600. 1,600 should be more like about 200 to 300, maybe 400 tops. I know there's a water leak. When I shut everything off, I can see the thing is spinning still. So I have to change. They use cheap plastic black water lines, almost like we'll use drip lines for in the States. It's ridiculous. And then I put that through the concrete, and they put it underneath the concrete. Trying to find the leak is impossible. There's no water on the surface. So the best way to change it is to actually use PVC Schedule 40, and I may cut the concrete or chip or have a guy chisel it. It's cheaper to hire a guy in labor than it is to buy or rent a power tool. And you can't always rent the power tools. You usually have to buy them. There's no rental. There's no rental yards here that you can rent power tools to cut concrete or anything like that. So I might either put it around the perimeter of the house and retap the showers and the toilet and the kitchen sink with a PVC pipe. So that's another project that's on the. Here's your water and gas. That's DK is drinking water. Drinking water and gas. You buy bottled water here, and I buy bottled propane. Visa fees, you have to renew your visa every 2 months. They're just up to now. You have groceries and restaurants, and those vary. I don't eat out so much, so this number actually on restaurants, has dropped considerably because I was eating a lot out, going to the restaurants, and now since everything's made with sugar. I don't do it. So here's my total expense, and it's a really nice house. It's 3 bedrooms inside the house with 2 bathrooms, a master bathroom, a walk-in closet, and showers. And then it also has another bedroom and bathroom in the back house. There's a second back house with a bedroom and bathroom, and a huge dirty kitchen. I'll do an update on that one in the future and show that. So let's see, where is that? I gotta find that now. Let's see. House expensive. Bye. Let's put me back so you know I'm talking to you, right? Here we go. Hello there. Anyway, so there's a lot of things you could do with OBS. I'm going to go back to where I can see what the hell I'm doing here. So there we go. So, and I'll come back in just a moment. I don't see myself yet, but it's going to come back. There I am. Oh, I need to move over. So let's see. I want to move this way or I want to move the other way. Let me see. I don't know if I have it left to right or right to left. So anyway, let's see what you said. You got the neat ebook. That's good, Mike. Thank you. Okay. Maybe. Let's see. I'll move this way. We'll see. All right. So Thanks for the book. You're welcome. Get the fart one. Yeah, there's a lot of funny ones too you could get, That was a long answer. Yeah. Well, if people are curious as to what you could do a lot of things. And I'm going to show the Stream Deck one day, but the Stream Deck does a lot of things where I could take guest headings in and out too. It has a button to take them in and out when you're recording. You can start it, restore it. I also have a timer built into it, so it tells me how long I'm on when I'm recording. Right now, because I'm live, I know it's going to be hours, but it has a minute an hour timer. See now, Peptide Revolution's on. I did the wrong thing. Got to go back, guys. Give me one moment. Let me get I got the wrong one on. Shoot. Where is guest heading? Data off and put on. Where is Goldfinger? Hello, Mr. Goldfinger. Goldfinger's on. Okay. All right. We're good to go. All right. Let's go back to where I can see the. Now, there's another thing I could do, which I haven't done yet. It's a little bit complicated. Let's go back to. No, I'm hitting Google. That's the wrong one. I want Firefox. There we go. There's another thing you could do too. I can put your I could put your comments on the picture that you're watching. So I could highlight the comments so you could see the comment for yourself and choose the comments on OBS. It's a little complicated. I haven't quite figured out how to do that yet. I asked chat, and it was such a complicated procedure in doing it. But when I finally have it set up, you just click one button, and all the comment I choose, I highlight in the chat section, will pop up on the video so everybody can see it. That's what I need to work on. Anyway, gee, is Starbucks coffee really Starbucks coffee in the Philippines? Tough to answer that. I don't go to Starbucks. They're overpriced. I'm pretty sure they are. Yes. I'm pretty sure it's the same. It's the same menu. I can't tell you if the taste is the same because I've only been to Starbucks maybe once or twice over a year ago. So it's hard for me to answer that. But it really is just like Starbucks. The menu is the same. I'm pretty sure the drinks are the same. It's upgraded. It's expensive in the U.S. It's expensive here too for coffee. I'm not a coffee connoisseur. I never actually attended Starbucks very often in the States. You could waste a lot of money on coffee at Starbucks. It gets pretty expensive. So, but yeah, the short answer is yes. I believe it's the same. So I'll answer that. So let me see what else we had on my list. You won't be able to see my list, but I'm going to pull up my list. Okay. So Mike answered you. Thanks, Mike. He's been here. He stayed here and rented a scooter from me, and so he would know. Let's see what we got here. Come on, move. There we go. So I covered pretty much all the things I wanted to cover. The classroom, the ebook, Amazon packages catching on fire, weight loss, HGH and testosterone shots, Easy Rider rentals. Easy Rider rentals, I have little bikes, 125 clicks. I even have a Rusi 125 that's very cheap, only 6,000 pesos a month or 2,000 pesos a week, which is $34 a week. And then I have clicks, and then I have PCX. I also carry NMAX, and I also have ADV. So, but I don't get into the really big, powerful motor ones. I don't get into manual motorbikes. Only scooters. Because most of the guys they're not. Most of the guys, I don't say all of them. Most of the guys haven't ridden in a long time, and they need to get their balance first. Probably best to start out with a 125. And traffic here is strange. There are no rules. The short answer is there's no rules. They could ride over the line. They could ride on the wrong side of the street. They only have one light, which nobody knows how to use, in Dumaguete, and it's at the far far north end of Dumaguete at North Point, and they had traffic officers trying to explain to people, but people are just totally confused by this light. They have no idea. They've never seen a light. At first, people were just running right through. They didn't know if it was red, green, or yellow. They didn't know what it meant. And I think there was a lot of accidents because of that. Basically, I think it works better not having lights because it makes you more aware of cars coming from the sides. It makes you move your head, and you take turns, and you kind of acknowledge each other who's going to go first. They don't have a thing called right-of-way. Very few police, traffic officers are watching the streets are driving. There's no speed limit sign. Very rarely there's a speed limit sign, and it's more of a suggestion rather than a rule. They don't have rules on horns, how loud they could be, or how often you can blow them. They don't have rules on mufflers. They get their mufflers changed. You could get in trouble if you changed it from a stock muffler, but they typically don't ride in the city on Main Street, so their mufflers are loud. But that they save gas that way. They also don't always keep the lights on. They take the light bulbs out because a lot of the bikes will have the lights automatically go on even during the daytime, and they think they're wasting energy and not getting as much fuel mileage if they have the lights on during the day or even at night. They won't use the lights at night. There'll be no brake lights. There'll be no headlights. They don't have a whole lot of street lamps. They don't have solid lines that tell you can't cross over a double yellow. That doesn't happen here. There's just petty cars will make U-turns in the middle of a street, and they don't always look in their rearview mirror to see if you're coming up. So you got to kind of keep an eye on petty cars. They're a little bit dangerous. They don't have driver training here. I mean, they don't have you put you through a class or have a book that you have to read or take a test to get a license. There is no driving test to get a license here. Now, maybe it'll change in the future, but that was one of the beauties I liked about here. Some of it's good and some of it's bad. It's simpler here. You don't have all the laws, rules, and regulations. So, what can I say? Landing in Cebu in 6 days. Yeah, that's great. Looking forward to some. There's some great islands that have wonderful sand and beach resorts. Critter says he gets his coffee from Guatemala and roasts it here the day before using it. Good stuff. I got to tell you guys, Critter Republic new location, though I haven't gone, and I was supposed to go 3 weekends ago with Carolyn, but then we got just so busy we couldn't get away with the ebooks and the kids' computer and the peptides. Every day, Carolyn's not even here. She just went to the province this weekend with her son for about 4 days, so I'm just here alone. But I'll actually have time, Justin, to come over there, and I'll videotape you tomorrow. I have time tomorrow if you're going to be around. Let me know. And or Monday. I have time Sunday and Monday because Carolyn's not here, and I could leave, and my live will be done, and I won't be doing. So that'd probably be a good video. I'll do Critter Republic and show his new dive resort. He has rooms there, and he has day rate or one night rate, week rate, month rate, and long-term rate. He has rooms starting at as little as, I believe, 2,500 pesos. I might be wrong, but I'll check with him tomorrow when I record. And going all the way up to several thousand for a suite that covers a family. He's right on the beach. I've seen pictures of it. It's beautiful. I haven't been there. So I will get there, and he's a super guy. He's a super nice guy. Him and his wife. Awesome people. So hopefully he's around. Let me know and send me a message, Justin, by messenger. And I'll come set up a time. I'll be there whatever time you say is best. I'll come there. We'll do some recording. I'll check out the rooms. We'll get some information. And I'll make a video and put it up. Tomorrow will be good. Okay. He's test driving a new boat with the crew, so not so sure. Well, I'll go on the boat and test drive it as long as it doesn't sink. Just put me in a life vest. But let me know a time, and I'll come. Sunday or Monday. I have all day Sunday and Monday right now. So there's my personal conversation with Justin, and his place is awesome. His new place, everything. When a door closes, a better door opens. He went through some hell when the previous location told him he has to leave and gave him almost no notice, and he'd been there he built up a business there. But now he's got it. He's going to build up a business that he has control of. He has a long-term lease. He built it up. He was able to fix it up, build it up, created a bar. I don't know if you watched his videos. Definitely go to Critter Republic videos and watch his videos on what he did to the place. He did quite a bit. He's a perfectionist like me, so he bought only the best and checked on things. Just like the coffee, he says, he's getting it from Guatemala. Everything he got, he was very particular about the color of the wood, the type of wood, the type of stone, and the coverings that he used. Plus he does dive. He's a certified diver. He trains divers to become certified. Not only that, but he also trains them to be a teacher as well in diving. So he's been at it for quite a while. He's very active, very young, and he's on his way. He's going to probably have to open a second location, I would say, next year, or expand his current location. And we'll talk about that tomorrow when I see him. We'll go over all that. So if you're ever going to stay anywhere, you got to stay there. I did have a friend stay there with his dog. He didn't know where to go. He came with the dog, and Stephen had his dog Petey. Stephen had his dog Petey, cute dog, collie, I believe, and met the dog. And Stephen was upset. He didn't know where to go. I contacted Justin, just said, hey, have him contact me. We'll figure something out. And he stayed there for a few days, and then he found another place that would take the dog for long term, which would be a little cheaper. And so, but he was like, I have to be out of this hotel. He was at the Sierra Hotel. He said, I have to be out today, and there's nobody taking my dog. I says, let me work on it. I'll find something for you. And so he was very happy there because the dog could run on the beach. Sweet dog, very, very obedient, sweet dog. And that was nice of Justin to let him come there. I'm sure they do have snorkeling. They're right on the ocean, and they're very close to a protected snorkeling area. So you can literally, I think you can just walk to it, where it has nets to keep large predator fish out. But they has the small fish in there, and it has protected reefs. It's a big area, and you could walk there, and you can go snorkeling. You can only snorkel there. I don't think there's scuba diving there. They don't want you walking on the reefs or touching any of the animals. So I'm pretty sure, but I would say contact him. I'll tell you what, when I do his video tomorrow, I'll have all of his information. I did a previous video with Justin, and you could find it. It was probably about a month ago when he was building the place, maybe a little over a month. And so that has his information in there as well. And if you have the ebook, there's 2 pages, maybe 3, that talks about, it has a link to his website. It has his phone numbers, has information. So he's in the ebook too. So if you get a hold of the ebook and you go to Goldfinger the Goldman 3 at gmail.com, and that'll be on any of my videos typically, or the information. So if you go to the description, you'll find it for the last few times. So check it out. It's pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah, they got snorkeling. So there you go. There's 40 turtles living out in front. I'm telling you his location. He's so lucky because thank God he left the place he was at. It turned out much better for him. So yeah, go visit them. If you don't want to live there long term, that's fine. But I strongly suggest you stay there for a few days. You'll have the time of your life, and you can take some beginning lessons. And he has group beginning, like 3 or 5 day lessons to just kind of get your feet wet, so to say, and try scuba diving. And it's not too expensive. And again, I'll have more information on that when I record at his location. That's for I. The best answer is to say is I can't answer. Some of the guys that are on, even I have some girls that are buying peptides from me. Don't want anybody to know that they're on peptides, and so I'll say nothing on that. That's for him if he chooses to say whether he is or not. It's not. It's actually retatrutide is not a diet peptide. It's not actually to lose weight. It actually lowers your blood pressure and your glucose levels. That was what it was created for, and it does that very well. You'll get down to normal. Literally, several guys have happened already. 170 blood pressure over 60, 70. I'm sorry, 120 over 70. Excuse me, 120 over 70 blood pressure, and your glucose level will go down to 100 to 110 on the U.S. standard, which is normal. Even if you had, I stopped using all my blood pressure medicine, and I check it. And I noticed that the longer I'm on it, I have to keep dropping. I had like 4 blood pressure pills, 3 in the morning and 1 at night. And I had to drop the same pill that I used in the morning and night. I had to drop those. So it's my blood pressure is lowering. My blood sugar lowered already, but I don't eat anything with sugar or carbs. I don't eat carbs. So that had already lowered by itself previously. But the side effect of retatrutide is it makes you not interested in food. It's not a diet. It's not a diet peptide. It just works that way. Yeah. If you've been to the old location, the new location is way better. Anyway. Yeah, he's on, guys, so you can ask him directly. But Bub's the word for me. I don't tell anybody who's on or not. I have 20 guys now. The guy that originally started this is Danny, and Danny's been on, and Danny talked about it. He started with the peptides, and he got into it, and he didn't have the best source. So when I got into it, I found a source that was cheaper for just Reddit. We were just interested in retatrutide at the time. And then I had a friend come on, Dean, and he started it, and now there was like 4 of us on it. And when Dean got on it, he really looked into it and found the source that the Peptides Enhance was the name of the company we were buying from for $5,500 for a month's supply. He found the source and found out that if he bought in large quantities, the price drops to half again. I mean, at a certain point, you're not going to get any cheaper. But you had to buy anywhere from 10 to 50 to 100 bottles, depending on what it is. And basically, we started with the retatrutide. We checked them out. There are multiple peptides now, guys. I'm going to have to do another video. I'm going to show you this. I don't know if I'm going to read it, but these are all, and each tab is a different peptide. Okay, so I think you can see this. These are all different peptides, and every one of these tabs represent a different peptide, okay? I had to make a information sheet on each one, how to use it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's 15 peptides. They do everything for your prostate, stop you from certain diseases. They call it, I don't remember all the names for it that's in there. Like if you're getting up in the middle of the night and you have to pee all night long, and you have a pee problem, it takes you off that medicine because it's not a medicine. It's a natural product from your body that your body produces. And you start to lose that natural product, which is a peptide. It's amino acid. And you start to lose that as you get older, over 50. And so you start peeing more often. Well, there's a peptide that solves that problem, okay? If they now have peptides that are working on for Alzheimer's, I don't remember the name of it. There's another one you guys remember. When your hands are shaking and you're getting, it does get worse. It's possibly a hereditary problem, but your hands will shake and you have a problem walking or holding things because you guys will know what it is. But there's peptides for everything now. They just haven't gone through the trials of all of them. and they're not approved in the USA. And unfortunately for the USA, and I'm going to say it because this is alive. Okay, the FDA is not your friend. The Food and Drug Administration, they're not your friend. They're into the money. If they cure you, they don't make more money. They make more money if they treat you. It's as simple as that. You can't say more. And if you don't believe that, you're an idiot. I'm sorry. But the FDA is not your friend. The WHO is not the world's friend. World Health Organization is not anybody's. They're all about the money. I mean, let's just look at COVID. Give me a break. They had you, and people believe, the FDA and the American Medical Association, all of those. Oh yeah, it's not FDA approved. Well, guess what? The whole world does not revolve around FDA. Just your little world in the USA is forced to follow, including the doctors, forced to follow the FDA rules. They can't talk about peptides. They're not allowed to unless it's FDA approved. And the FDA is very slow. Peptide's been around for more than 10 years, and they're only now in the third trials on retatrutide. And there's another 15 peptides available that'll fix things for people. But let's face it, during COVID-19, what do they have people doing? They put older people who are susceptible to illnesses sharing air breather machines, I don't know what they call them, but the machines that help you with oxygen or air, sharing them with a person that already has it, and you may not have it, and you get it, and they wouldn't let people live their life or go on things that would cure it, which was basically things that have been around for years. There's many things that would get rid of COVID-19 or make you better. They took them off the market. One of them was hydrochloroquine. Been around for 30 years. Stopped jungle fever in South America. A few doctors talked about it. They lost their license. There was just many things. They wouldn't talk about hydrogen peroxide, food grade hydrogen peroxide, or things like that for cancer. They're not interested in curing cancer. People send all this money in for curing cancer. They could have cured cancer 20 years ago. Okay, they know what cures cancer. It's the same thing with the automotive industry. The automotive industry knows how they can run motors on water. There's plenty of people that have developed motors that run on water. What happens to them? They disappear. They disappear off the face of the earth. I wonder where they went. Okay? And all of their information disappears. It doesn't pay because they're selling oil. Okay? They're selling cars. It would put them out of business. It's a shame. But not, until you leave the USA, you don't realize how constrictive USA is, the rules, the regulations, and how they have their thumb on you. So I'm sorry, I went on a rant, guys. Anyway, 58 days into semaglutide, 11.5 kilos, 25 pounds. Congratulations, very good. On only 0.75 milligrams a week. Well, and semaglutide's that's either, I think that's Ozempic. Ozempic's now the that's semaglutide is the actual name for the peptide. It's similar to Ozempic. It's the first generation. Then there was a second generation. I believe it was tetra. Oh, I'm not going to say it. It's another tetraglutide, tetramezotide. I don't remember. And now retatrutide is the third generation. Each one added another agonist or another peptide amino acid to it. So they made basically a package. Retatrutide represents 3 amino acids, and lost jobs would have they be if they cured cancer. Well, of course, there's a lot more money in treating cancer, Daniel, than there is in curing it. You don't have a repeat customer when they cure it, and they don't have to go through the radiation, which it's horrible. When you find out the truth, it's horrible. 85% of people that go through chemo don't get cured. 17% is the will live another 5 years. And if you don't change your food and your exercise habit, you are what you eat. if you don't change your diet and food, out of the 17%, 0.05%, okay, 0.05% will live past 5 years because they'll get it again, and the second time they get it, they die. It's horrible. Thank you. Trizepatide, Kevin, is what you're thinking of. Yeah, tripeptide was the second generation with 2 agonists. Okay, you had GLP-1, then you had GIP, which is in trizepatide, and now you have GLP-1, GIP, and glucagon. I'm sorry, it's hard to remember all these names. Like, that's why I have these sheets. Okay, these sheets go into it, and every one does different things for different people, and help. Most of them, all of them, are injectables. You can get some in a pill form, but they're saying the pills don't work as good because your body doesn't absorb it as an injection is. It's a tiny needle. Go watch 3 weeks ago when I did the last peptide, generation 3, on the peptide revolution. Does anybody do cell boarding? No. I don't see cell boards. Now, you could bring it with you. I've seen, when I was in Mexico, a guy brought, actually when I was in Thailand also, a guy brought a cell board with him. It was pretty good. It fit in a duffel bag. You can bring it with you, and you can go stay at Critter Republic and do your cell boarding. Yes, Mike, they make billions. And because there's so much money involved, it doesn't pay for them to cure anything. It's just the way it is, okay? Okay, well, I'll get that ebook. I'll get that ebook out to you, Richard. Not a problem. A lot of information in there. It's grown quite a bit. So Peter says, I had already ordered semaglutide before I found out about you getting retatrutide. I would have joined your peptide group. What do they charge you? First off, Peter, are you in the Philippines? The second question is, what do they charge you for semaglutide? Now, as my understanding, semaglutide is already hydrated with ABC, which is, don't ask me what the hell it is, barostatic water. It's a distilled water with 0.9% alcohol in it. You have to add water because the peptides themselves are freeze-dried in a little vial. So you have to rehydrate them. You have to, anyway, I know a guy that was buying them in the States. There were 1 or 2 milligram shots, and you actually buy the needle with the solution in it. And I imagine they probably refrigerated it and then sold it. He was spending the equivalent of 15,000 pesos a month. I'll bring out my calculator. Was that $300? Just under $300. So he was spending 15,000 divided by 58 equals $260. So he was spending $260 a month, and he had lost some weight. And then he came over here and he said he brought some with him because he didn't think he'd get it here, but you can get it here. You can actually get it without doctor's prescription here. You can't do that in the U.S. In fact, you can get almost anything here with. You can't get. Again, guys, you're gonna have to help me out. You can't get. What is it? Hydrocodone. You can't get certain things. You can't get. They're classified pain medicine. I have so many peptides in my head. I can't remember what the hell the name is. You guys will figure it out. You tell me the name. It's something with the letter P, I think. I can't remember. Anyway, there's certain ones you can't get here, but some are pills, some are shots. But you can get almost anything, antibiotics or anything, you can get here without a prescription. Doctors are only 500 pesos anyway, so you're talking $8-9 to see a doctor, and he'll give you a prescription. Anyway, let me know, Peter, on their cost and whether you're here or not. Please answer this one. Bloggers say Valencia is much cooler than Duma, but when I look it up, it's exactly the same. No, it's cooler. The weather reports here suck. They'll say it's not going to rain and it rains. They'll say it will rain and it doesn't rain. So don't be looking online at weather reports. They don't fly here. It's never right here, the weather report. It just isn't. Opiates, thank you. Yeah, so you can't not get opiates without a doctor's prescription, and they'll only issue it to you if you can prove and show that you've been on it or you need it due to back pain or whatever, you've been through an accident, you have a history of it, blah, 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 and you bring your medical files with you, then they can get you opiates. But typically you're not going to get opiates here, and they don't sell them on the street either. So, but you can get almost anything else that would normally take a prescription. I don't care if you have an earache or a throat sore or strong cold, like I said, antibiotics. You do need a prescription for antibiotics in the Philippines. Well, says you, not me. If you know the right place to go, you do not need it. No, I buy antibiotics over the counter. You just have to know you just can't do it at the big brand pharmacies. Crown, Watson's, yeah, they're going to require that. But I know smaller independent pharmacies, and I buy anything I want there. I don't care if it's blood pressure medicine, blood sugar medicine, antibiotics, or anything. I could not buy opiates. That's the only one I can't buy. But anything else, if I look up the prescription and show it to them, and it's a bizarre prescription for like pain pills, I could buy over-the-counter muscle relaxers that are typically prescriptioned. Okay, so it just depends on who you know. But there is a public pharmacy here in Dumaguete that knows me, and I regularly buy any medicine I want there. So, but don't go to the big storefront places, Watson's, Crown, South something or other. They all require that. Actually, not all the South Stars require that. South Stars will sell me. I have one I go to, and they know me. They'll sell me anything I want. I'm in Dumaguete. I ordered semaglutide via an online doctor-led service. I got 3-time files for 20,000. Holy sugars. 20,000? Oh, my God. Dude, I can get that for you for a fraction of that price. Fraction. That's absurd. That's absurd. You might as well go on. Don't buy any more. You might as well. And if you're in, and you're in Dumaguete, you need to find me. You need to find me here. You get the ebook and look me up and send me a message. I can get you retatrutide for start. If you're already on semaglutide, you could pay 3,000 pesos and get a month's supply. For 20 milligrams, well, you wouldn't even use 20 milligrams of Reta. You'd start off with less. You'd probably be starting off on half of that. You can get 20 milligrams if you want for 4,000 pesos. You probably would only need a 15 milligram bottle for the first month, maybe less. So you're looking at 2,500 pesos, and you're spending 20,000 for a one agonist, and you can get all 3 agonists. Crazy. So 50 milligrams. So I do not carry 50 milligram bottles of retatrutide. You can get it. I have the largest I carry is 30. There is a shelf life on it, even if you put it in the refrigerator. So once you rehydrate it with the BAC, oh my God, with the bariostatic water, BAC. Once you rehydrate it with BAC, you don't want to carry it for more than 2 months, okay? Because it'll start to lose its potency. It doesn't go bad. It just starts to lose its potency. So you want to use it, and so you have to have been on it for a while before you start using, say, 12 to 15 milligrams a week. That's not someone that starts off or even the second or third month. I could go there probably now without a problem, but I don't do it. I'll just lose the weight slowly. It's fine. So the 30 milligram bottle, I'm sorry, I don't know your first name. Those go for 4,000 pesos for 30 milligram. And if you're just starting off and you need a full kit, needles, everything you need. If you're in Dumaguete, another 1,000 pesos will get you started with all the instructions and me showing you how to use the BAC. You'll need to buy BAC water, but you don't. You'll use. You buy 3 milliliters and you're probably only going to use 2, maybe 3. So you might, and you'll need to buy that too. But basically, you're looking at for the first month. And if you're new to it, a 30 milligram bottle, which will last you a pretty darn long time, and you wouldn't want to start with that because it'll last you more than 2 months, is going to cost you $4,000 plus another $1,000 for me to set you up with the whole thing: needles, alcohol patches, BAC, and a 30 milligram bottle. But that's a lot. 50 milligrams is a lot. I wouldn't recommend so much. You're better off buying a 30 and another 30 to use for the following month, or two 20s, or 15s, three 15s for $2,500 a piece. After I use the Sema, I will go on to Retta. Good idea, Peter. So yeah, you need to contact me, but definitely once you use it up, just see me before you run out, and I'll sit down with you. I think the semaglutide, and you'll have to bear me out, is it already come rehydrated and in a needle, so you just inject the needle. That's how they do it in the States. I'm not sure how they do it here, but it is ridiculously expensive, and $20,000 is absurd. Okay, get you started for $5,000 or less, with more than 15 grams. So, that's crazy price. Anyway, all right. Listen, I'm getting behind. Let's see. You do need a prescription for? Oh, no, you don't. 20,000. Got that one. After I've used the Sema. All right, gotcha. Okay, I'm up to date. Anyway, what time are we at? We're at 10, so I've been on for a couple hours, and oh God, these are starting to hurt me. I don't need them on right now. I can hear myself talk. That's good. So yeah, and if you guys want to have questions about the different peptides, I could do the next live. I can go over each one and what they are and what they do. There are some peptides that actually remove lines in your face. They turn back time. You'll have, your hair will be better, your skin will be better. They actually are a fountain of youth peptide. They have fountain of youth peptides, and they're stacks. And what that means is they have more than one agonist in a bottle. So they have one thing called Glow, KLOW, which are excellent. I do talk about these in my previous recorded peptide review. So the Peptide Revolution #3 talks about that. They have a Moss C, and Moss C has peptides that will build up your muscle, your strength, your cartilage, give you energy, provide energy for you. I'm on Moss C, MOTS-C, Mots C. None of them. They're all under 5,000 pesos a piece. If you don't need all the needles and the other things in the BAC, you can buy the BAC water is very cheap. You could buy 10 mils of BAC water for 200 pesos. That'll last you a lifetime, and it doesn't go bad. You just keep it in your refrigerator; it'll last years. So, and you just use enough BAC to rehydrate the peptide. So the needles are pretty cheap. Either the needles here are 10 pesos or less. That's 20 cents or less. The larger needles for the BAC water are less than half that. So, yeah. Anyway. Let's see. Shelf life before adding water. So, peptides are freeze-dried and under vacuum. 2 years. I wouldn't want to keep it much more than a year, but I would say 2 years, 3 years. If you kept it in the refrigerator and it's freeze-dried, it's going to last a darn long time. A lot longer than you need to have it, okay? You can also freeze peptides as long as you haven't rehydrated them. And if you can put them in your freezer and they'll last 5 years or longer. So you can freeze the bottles if you want. They're very small. They're about 1 inch high and 1/2 inch around. You could. I actually have carrying cases. You could put them in a carrying case. I have small and big ones that are padded with foam. You could throw it in your freezer, and the peptides will last forever. I have a stock of peptides, but I don't freeze them because there's really no purpose. They're not going to last. I'll go through them, so I don't need to freeze them. I'm not worried about 5 years. I don't need 5 years on a peptide. 2-3 years is way too much already. Okay, so unless there's any other questions, guys, I'm going to call it a day because I'm starting to get hungry for breakfast. I eat one meal a day, usually around 10:30 to 11. and it starts getting busy at the places I like to go to at 10:30 to 11. Well, by 11, forget. After 11 at the mall, it's the zoo. You can go to other restaurants. It's fine. I might go to Piappi's today. I miss Piappi's. Though I don't eat the bread. It kind of sucks. I order the Reuben, and I don't eat the bread. I just eat the meat out of it. If I order the Reuben without the bread, I get screwed. They don't put enough meat, okay? They put more meat on the sandwich than they do on a plate by itself. So I order the sandwich, and I open it up, and I use a fork, and I just eat the meat and it's not coleslaw, it's sauerkraut. The meat and the sauerkraut out of it. So, and cheese. I think they do have cheese on it, too. Any other questions, guys, before I sign off? I'll be on next Friday. Well, my Friday. You said it was Friday night. So my Friday morning, your Friday. Oh, your Friday night, my Saturday morning. Today's Saturday. Sorry. I'll be on my next Saturday. It will be your Friday night. So I'll catch you on Friday nights, if that works. And I don't know how long I'll go, but I guess go as long as I have people on. I thank you for, if you can like, I appreciate if you could like the channel. I got 144 views, which is wonderful right now. And that's even the second time. The first time we had to start over. Enjoy Saturday. Thank you. I'm going to meet up with some friends. I think I'm going to go to Piappi if my friend's watching, and call up a couple guys and get some shoes on and head out on the bike and enjoy the Saturday and my freedom from Carolyn, because she's away for the next 3 days. And then I'll go to Critter Republic. I'll see Justin Carmack, and we'll do a recording with him. I'll have a list of questions to ask him about what he has, what's available, what he teaches, what the costs are, and I'll have that for you next week, Monday or Tuesday. And that's about it. I'm going to end my stream, guys. Let's see, where are we at? All right, you guys take care. Appreciate you all being on. Bye-bye now.